This is the ECO-1200 one-motor interface box. The intention of this box is to control a DC-powered low-voltage motor. The box can be run in automatic or manual depending on how your motor is connected. The box operates off of 110 volts AC. If you want manual control of a motor, the switch can be set to manual, and then the open and close will open and close your vents off in the center position. If you have a remote control capability from a controller or some other relay, you can set the switch to auto and it will be controlled remotely. For motor connections, we recommend 14 gauge stranded wire for runs up to 200 feet. For over 200 feet, we recommend 12 gauge stranded wire. The motor connections are these two terminals. The two terminals are interchangeable. If the motor runs in the wrong direction, simply swap the wires from one terminal to the other. For remote control of the motors, a 24 volt signal is connected here and sent out to the controller. The controller then returns the 24 volt signal to either of these two terminals to run the motor forward or backward. So you'll have one wire going out with 24 volts and two coming back from your controller to connect to the forward and reverse signal connections. The controller supplies 300 watts to power the motor. This is the power transformer. This is the rectifier that rectifies the low voltage to DC, and these are the relays. There are 3 circuit breakers in the box. The first is a main AC breaker here. There's a secondary AC breaker here, and the motor breaker is here. The main breaker operates like any other circuit breaker. The secondary breaker will have a button that pops out if it trips. It can be reset by pushing the button, and the same for the motor breaker. The motor breaker varies in value for different motors. For troubleshooting, the first thing to check is the motor breaker. If the motor breaker is good, check the other 2 breakers. Usually the motor breaker will be popped first. The output voltage from the rectifier can be measured on the black and red wires here. Be careful, there's live AC in this side of the box. If you're not a qualified electrician, you should keep your hands out of this side of the box. These are the motor relays. They operate the forward and reverse action of the motor. The relays are critical to motor operation. It's a good idea to replace them every 2 years if your motors operate frequently or have an extra heavy load. The relays can be removed by lifting the latch and pulling them out. When a relay is engaged, it has a green LED light that illuminates. If the light is illuminated and the motor is not running, there's a good chance that the relay has gone bad. The DC rectifier is located here. A loss of the 24 volts completely is usually a sign of a bad rectifier. It can be replaced without too much trouble.